Hi everyone, this workout segment is all about high intensity strength training. Now we'll be using our suspension cables to do one of the exercises, and then we're going to do the other exercise with a weight plate. Make sure you've got one of each at your disposal to get through this workout. Now it's going to be a pretty tough workout. We're going to combine two exercises and then we're going to go for 3 repeats before we actually stop and rest. We hope you guys enjoy this workout. We're doing a beautiful core combination for this exercise, guys. So using the suspension cables, we're going to do some abs rollouts and just working a twister with the weight plate. So starting with your abs rollout, drop down to your knees and then throw yourself forward slowly with soft straight arms until you get that total core engagement and virtually have a straight line from your knee all the way to your hand. And then just pull and get your body back to that vertical position. Now make sure you don't overdo this. We don't want to go past that straight line because we don't want to put too much pressure on the shoulders. Using the weight plate to work your twister, make sure you're starting with your legs wide enough to give you ample support, and then just making sure your knees are marginally bent so that you're supporting your back throughout. And then it's just a matter of drawing a semicircle around you. So you want to make sure you start from one side and go all the way to the other side of the body, thereby really engaging your obliques. Now, because you're holding the weight plate up, it's engaging your shoulders as well. So it's a great holistic exercise. Your turn to try this one. An excellent functional posterior exercise combination for this one, guys. We're going to work some reverse flies with the suspension cables, and we're going to couple it with some good mornings with the weight plates. Working your reverse fly, just make sure that the action is happening with soft, straight arms and that you're maintaining your body line throughout this exercise. So really feel that squeeze in the shoulder blades as you're pulling out. You're not pulling in towards your chest and then pulling out. You want to try and pull out with extended arms so that you're engaging the right areas. Using your weights plate to do your good morning, you just want to start off with your feet at shoulder width or even marginally wider. Keep your knees soft, straight, keep your spine nice and neutral, and keep the weight plate pressed against your chest. Elbows are tucked in, and just squeezing with your hamstrings, your glutes and your lower back, and lifting all the way up until you're nice and vertical. Your turn to try this one.
Turn it up!
and obliques and intercostals core combination for this one, guys. So this is really good for getting the tightness in the waistline and really getting those lines out where your ribs are and so on. So using the suspension cables, we're going to work a twister. So just throwing your weight back and then drawing a semicircle in front of you with your legs nice and wide so you've got good support. Now make sure your arms remain soft straight throughout the twister motion. On the other side, we're going to hold the plate over our head and we're going to work some oblique tilts from there. So this is a hard variation of doing obliques tilts just because of where the weight plate is. We're going to work with our legs nice and wide, and you want to try and keep your knees straight for this one. Tilt to one side, bring yourself back into your vertical stance, and then hit the other side as well. Your turn to try this combination. For this combination, we're working angel wings using your suspension cables, and on the other side, we're doing a halo with your weight plate. So starting with your angel wings, you want to throw your weight forward into an abs rollout to start the exercise. And then once you get there, there's no movement in your body. So it's just a matter of getting those arms out all the way into a crucifix and then working your way back up into that abs rollout. So the pressure's changing from your abs to your chest and so on. Very important to maintain a neutral spine throughout. So make sure that you don't start to dip your hips forward because that's going to put some pressure on your back. Using your weight plate to do your halos, now you can see that we're alternating from one side to the other with this one. So what this does is it forces you to stop and really engage your core once your arms are extended out in front of you. Now start off with your feet at shoulder width or even marginally wider. Make sure your knees are slightly bent and your back's protected. And then it's just a matter of rotating the weight plate around your head and extending your arm right out. Let's try this combination. this has got to be my favorite core combination of the day. It's going to be a tough one, guys. It's going to challenge you. So using our suspension cables, we're going to work a grandfather clock. So you want to push all the way back with your feet until you're pretty well balanced, and then it's just a matter of creating that movement from left to right, really engaging your abs and your obliques for this one as well. Now on the other side, we're working a seated Russian twist. So just a matter of twisting and moving the weight plate from one of your hips all the way to the other. Now you're going to see a couple of different variations of it. So Coach Levi is doing it with his heels planted on the floor, which is marginally easier. Now you'll notice when I do it, I'm actually doing it with my heels lifted off the ground. So as far as balance is concerned, that's going to challenge you a little bit more. Nice tough combination for you guys to try. Let's have a go.
Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it?
couple of glutes bridge variations for this particular exercise. So it's basically a suspended glutes bridge using your suspension cables and a weighted glutes bridge using your weight plate. The technique is pretty much the same. So you want to make sure you're lifting with your hips all the way up until you've got a straight line from your shoulder all the way to your knee, and then dropping back down until you're in your relaxed position. Now, using the suspension cables, try not to let your tailbone touch the floor, whereas when you're using the weight plate, it can touch the floor. A couple of different variations that feel slightly differently, but they essentially work the same region. Your turn to try this combination.
Look
Well done for getting through your workout for today, you guys. Now I'm going to hand things over to Daphne, who's going to work on some static post-workout stretching with you.
Lying supine. Reach your arms out in a T shape with your palms facing up. Engage your core and draw your knees to your chest. Start lowering both knees down towards one side while twisting your neck to the opposite side. Try to keep your knees stacked above each other to optimize the stretch. Take 3 to 5 deep breaths. Now let's repeat the double knee torso rotation stretch on the other side. Sitting cross-legged, bring your left leg behind you, straighten your spine and rotate your upper body to your right. You should feel stretch in the left front side of your thigh. Now let's repeat the Sartorius Stretch with the other leg. Start in 4-point position, round your spine slightly up to the ceiling. Shorten the right side of your torso by bringing your shoulder to the right hip to feel the stretch in your left lower back. Remember to keep your abdominals drawing in to support your spine. Let's repeat the QR stretch on the other side. Start in 4-point position, keep your hips over your knees, reach your right arm under your left shoulder and rotate your upper body to thread your arm through. Keep your right palm facing up, lower your right shoulder to the ground and start shifting your weight gently onto that shoulder. Use your left hand to push into the ground to rotate the upper body more and increase the stretch. Now let us repeat the thoracic rotation on the left side. Lying on your belly, place your forearms on the mat just beneath your shoulders. Press your upper body away from the floor and lift your chest up to extend your spine. Keeping the back of your neck long, draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Pull your belly button into your spine and you should feel a stretch in your abdominals. Hold for 3 to 5 deep breaths. To progress into a deeper stretch, bring your hands back to where your elbows were placed. Press your upper body up all the way, whilst keeping your pelvis still connected to the ground. Remember to engage your abdominals so that you don't feel too much pressure in your lower back. Hold for 3 to 5 deep breaths. Start in 4-point kneeling, sit your weight back onto your heels as far as you can, resting your belly on your thighs. Extend your arms out in front of you in line with your shoulders and rest your forehead on the floor. You'll feel the stretch in your shoulders and back, as well as your hips and glutes, depending on where you're tight. Gently press your chest and shoulders toward the ground to deepen the stretch. Hold for at least 30 seconds. Great job, everyone. We've finished our stretching routine for today, and I'll see you again for more stretching very soon. Bye.